back from upgrading the 2250 LT. Well, there have been a few surprises with this one. Let us first go to, well, first you're probably wondering about the color of the map, so let me just show that. That's an easy explanation on that one. I am using the Slovensko map theme. That's a standard theme instead of the Garmin one. I just wanted to try something different. But okay, where are we at now with the software version? Now we are at version 3.7. Surprisingly, the firmware only bumped up by a tenth from 2.60 to 2.70. And that's okay. And what this did is that, now as I said in the video prior to this one, when you go to, you pick somewhere else and you want to just set location, that now works. Watch, I'll show you. So if I do it now, watch, see how the car moved. It works. So that was fixed. Here is the big surprise though. I was able to update the maps for free, but at a slight cost. I plugged this in the Garmin Express, and before I show you, so yes, it came up that says, do you want a map update? Now I was certain it was going to tell me, okay, if you want a map update, you're going to have to pay for it. Shockingly, even though this is not a lifetime maps model, I was able to get free maps with this, but I lost Mexico. So what happened is I had United States, Canada, and Mexico with the original 2011 image, and with this one, they only gave me US and Canada. They got rid of Mexico. Well, am I mad about that? Well, no, because I don't drive there, but still, a little bit of a ripoff. And for anyone that has a modern Garmin, no, they don't do that anymore. It's just because this thing is so old. This thing is 2010 is when I found out this thing was made. Now, interestingly, when I did apply all the software updates, this thing had a software version and firmware so old that the unit completely reset itself as if it was brand new out of the box. It lost all my settings. That's okay. And the reason it's okay is because, I just got it, barely used it, and yeah, when you upgrade that many versions ahead, that is what it will occur. As a matter of fact, I'm bringing this up on my computer monitor here. I'm going to read to you some, not all, because the list is too long, some of what the firmware fixed. Okay, with version 3.7, the software version, 3.7. Fixed an error that caused GPX map icons to display with a black background. Fixed an error that paired the wrong language with the selected locale. Fixed several errors that prevented routes from properly recalculating. Fixed an error that prevented topo, as in topographic maps, from properly displaying. Improved software stability. Fixed several search bugs. Fixed several map display bugs. Fixed several trip computer display bugs. Fixed several bugs that caused the wrong keyboard to display. Fixed the bugs that caused the voice prompts to speak incorrect street names. Fixed the bug that caused it. Blah, blah, blah. There are a total of, let me count them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Whoa! There were 30 updates, not including sub updates, mind you, so it's more like 50 to bring this up to where it is now. Oh my God. So, and last but not, it didn't fix, the clock is still small. It didn't improve the font size there. It's just the clock, not a big deal, I guess. But if you watch my last video, I'm sure you were wondering. Let's just go here. you were wondering, do I still have the ability to set my own speed limit? Well, I might as well show this first. A little teaser, if you will. Yeah, this thing you can set it to prompted instead of just going where you can choose faster time, shorter distance, which is the green route, or less fuel, which is the yellow route. So anyway, let's just go back. Faster time, and head on our way. Yes, I can still set my own speed limit on this unit. Could do it here. I found it only goes in increments of 5. Kind of interesting, not one by one. When it turns onto this road right here, it should show the posted speed limit, which can also be modified. So that means even with the latest firmware for this unit and the latest maps, I can still adjust the speed limit. Also notice that there is no more blue horizon at the top. There is only that gray line is actually the shadow underneath this text bar here. That's what that is. I consider that a good thing because the horizon thing was kind of dopey. It's fun to look at, but in practice it's kind of dopey. Now, because I am able to do this and just arbitrarily change a speed limit whenever I want. Now, as you know, or if you don't know, I have 2 of these. I have a 2250 and this is the 2250 LT. I said, oh, that probably means I can go to my other 2250 and I should be able to do this, right? Wrong. No. Only on this 2250 LT do I have the ability to change the speed limit. It's the only Garmin I have out of, and I got a bunch. It's the only one I have out of all of them where I can actually do that. So, surprises all over. I was able to get free map updates, but I lost Mexico. And now, and to answer a question in case you had it, no, it's not due to a lack of storage. I put in a 32 gig card in this thing, so it could obviously fit the whole map set. Anyway, so yes, was able to get free maps, but lost Mexico, US and Canada only. Did not install junction view images, which this thing does support, but on my other one, my other 2250 does have it. That's interesting. I was looking for the JCV, that's the junction view file. No, not here. Okay. Which is okay. That's okay, because the junction view on this one, it takes up the entire screen. It's actually quite annoying. So the fact it's not there is a bit of a blessing. Actually, a big blessing, to be honest with you. Okay, so let me backtrack. Okay, yeah, maps, lost Mexico, but still got modern maps for US and Canada. Can still change speed limits anywhere I want, or add speed limits. That's cool. The screen is a lot more responsive. There's no more little, you might have seen this in the last video, there were little black pixels that showed up every now and then. That was not a fault of the screen. That was actually a fault of the software. And when I was reading over all those fixes a moment ago, you'll notice one of them said, and I still have it up here, yeah, I can't find it, but one of them is it improved the way the map draws on the screen. So that's you notice now that there's none of that. And even if I switch over to 2-dimensional, same thing applies. Oh, notice something else too. On my last video, this thing right here, you notice it would be a little jumpy. Not anymore. The software update fixed that. So that's all good. The font slightly changed on it, but just on this little guy, and that's okay. There's little fixes here and there. You know, if you want to compare the 2 videos, you can just go back and watch the other one. Actually, let me switch this back over to the Garmin theme. That would be up here. There we go. All right. There's your regular Garmin theme right there. So yes, took all the updates. There were, oh, and aside from all that device software update, there were a ton of other ones too. Traffic receiver, time zone map, the whole gambit, everything. It worked. Oh, the battery, it's good. I don't have to change it. Whatever battery, I know it's a 900 milliamp hour, or whatever battery supplier they used to put into this unit, still working 10 years later. Still holding the charge real well. I'm very impressed with it actually. So this is official now, this is my best 3.5 inch Garmin. And I get to do that. That is so neat that I get to do that. Oh my god, that is so cool. Because like none of my other ones do that. Yes, this is a traffic compatible unit. Yes, it does have eco route. So, in other words, with the exception of losing Mexico, everything went well. I was pleasantly surprised at that. Everything works. Oh, and also that software update increased the screen response, so it's a little better. Because before I thought it was just, oh, it's a new screen. No. For the lack of touch response. Nah, it was actually a software issue. So that software issue changed all that. And I just took the latest one from Garmin Express. You'll notice the fonts no longer, I mean, they do turn, but they don't lean like they did in the, and that's directly due to the map image that's being used. The map image, in case you weren't aware, there's a lot more in it than just map data. There's also instructional data on top of that. There's a lot going on, and too much to explain here, but it's more than just polygons and such. There is a lot of stuff going on, and of course the Garmin software itself has to interact with it. They're working hand in hand like this, so again, way too long to explain. The point is that it works. Now, have I road tested this thing yet? No, but I have no doubt whatsoever this thing would perform. It's not going to have a problem. I mean, I will take it out. I will test it, but wow. This turned out so much better than I thought it would. I thought it was essentially going to be another 2250, which is ultimately what I wanted. I just wanted another 2250 because I like the unit so much, but this one is the ELT. Even though technically it is one product number behind, if you look at the actual Garmin product number, this is an 02 instead of an 03. If you look up the product number, you'll know what I mean. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. So technically, I think with this one, it was a late run 2250. Pretty sure. Not positive. I'm just guessing on this one. Because after all, this thing is over 10 years old. It's 11 years old. But again, near virgin unit, near mint condition. Oh, who are we kidding? This is mint condition. This is as good as it gets for one of these guys. So, yep, it took the updates. And yeah, the only negative is that I lost Mexico. That is literally the only negative. Everything else, just fine. If you do happen to come across a 2250 LT, well, at least for me, it did update the maps for nothing. I did not have to use my devious method to put modern map data on this thing. It took. Garmin Express saw it, said, do you want maps? Yeah, I do. So I took them. Again, lost Mexico, but still got everything else. Canada and United States. We're all good here.